contract news as it's landed today. So Harley Reid has extended his by 2 years at West Coast. So he had next year to run and he's added 2. This is the perfect contract, in my opinion, to do. It's the one that in the modern landscape gets looked over too much. It allows Harley to grow into the player that he's going to be through years 4 and 5. There's heavy incentives. If he becomes the Eagles' best player, he'll earn $2 million during those years. And it allows West Coast to grow with him and show him that they are worthy of his long-term commitment. For manager and for player and for club, I personally salute this.
Yeah, I'm with you. Ticks all round here. This is the Chris Judd template being deployed with Harley. And it's a great template. Juddy gave great service to the club, captained them to a premiership and then came back to Victoria. And I'm not suggesting that Harley will come back, but it gives him the option to come back. So Juddy came back after 6 years. This sees Harley through 5. And then, as you say, they'll make a decision with all of the information in front of them. It's good. Next year he plays hopefully with Elliot Yeo in the midfield alongside him, with Tom McCarthy, who's had a fantastic season. You throw Harley in there, Waterman at the other end of the ground. Baker will be better for having a year. Chesser looks better as the year wore on. So he will enjoy his football much more next year, one would hope. And it's just a great sign for a team that's been kicked in the head a fair bit over the last couple of years.
Yep, it's important all round, so let's hope that goes well.
Hey, the big other big story from the afternoon, John, is the signing, finally, of Harley Reid over in the West. He's finally put pen to paper there. It's a really big boost for them, isn't it? I know it's only a 2-year deal, but it's really the signature they had to get.
This is absolutely seismic. You could say that it's as big as Naz Wanganeen-Miller in terms of the building of a club. Harley Reid always wanted to stay. I've spoken to his manager, Nick Geeshan, today. So for all that they won't pick him Mitch stuff and then he won't stay Mitch, he says he was just bloody loyal and he always wanted to stay. An amazing relationship with Andrew McQualter, his coach, and he really wants to put on the record the amazing work that West Coast did, in particular McQualter and the list boss in Matt Clark. They haggled, they negotiated, they were patient, they negotiated in good faith, and they gave him time. Now, he really loves playing under McQualter. He got fit finally. I think he found a way to work through the absolute crazy cocoon of that intense focus of West Coast. I think maybe the West Australian paper backed off a bit. At one stage there, Adam Simpson had said to them, if he leaves, you'll have blood on your hands. You have to be culpable for this. I understand we're all, in the media wars. So next year, the mandatory deal means that he can get paid some kind of marketing bonus, but not the mega bucks. And then those 2 years to 2028, about $2 million a year if he hits some triggers. It's a great story.
Well, John, how significant is this for the West Coast Eagles? We know the plight they're in, and it's only a 2-year deal. So the Victorian clubs are clearly going to keep it monitoring through that whole period of time. How important is it that they just keep him happy for that period as well?
Yeah, I think in the end, they threw out the Burley, OK? 11 years at $23 million or whatever it was. Yeah, but in the end, I think they saw what happened with Naz Wanganeen-Miller and they said, no, we'll get the 2-year deal at very good money. Their view is that it will give Harley enough time to fall even deeper in love with his football club. And the expectation is that Harley will stay there long term.
Now, what about Liam Ryan? Because moments ago, he has requested a trade from West Coast.
That's right. He's requested a trade. West Coast says no deal. So Matt Clark has said, no, we believe we demand you are a required player and we will not be trading you. So I've reported before that he has been offered 3 years with a 4-year trigger at St Kilda. I think he'd like to get there. There's water to pass under the bridge, Port Adelaide and Essendon and other clubs who have been interested, but maybe not at that 3-year term. And so it would be a real coup for St Kilda. But, yeah, as much as he wants to get to St Kilda, he can't demand the trade there because he is contracted. But I think at some stage there, after intense haggling, the Eagles will know we get a pretty high draft pick in and we just keep building with the young kids that we've got.
Now, the bye weekend from men's football brings us the Code Sports Rich 100, which we look forward to each and every year. This is a comprehensive look at, of course, the big pay deals across the AFL on Code Sports as part of this Rich 100. And I know both of you have been heavy into this over the last few weeks. Now, Glenn, you're kicking us off with Hawthorn. They are the club with the war chest, and it really is signalling that while they're right in the window, they could be ready to strike on a few fronts. Yeah,
they're taking the Geelong model in a sense, in that they've paid a lot of their players unders, from a couple of years ago as well, and being able to do that, they're in the real window, John, to really attack. So they're ready to launch at the end of this year. No Harley Reid, we know that. No Zach Butters this year, we know that. He'll play on next year with Port Adelaide, but surely it's Operation Petrarca now, isn't it? That's got to be the situation now. They, if you have a look at they've only got 4 players in the Code Sport AFL Rich 100, 4 players. You compare that with Melbourne, who's got 8. The highest one is GWS, who've got 9. Ooh. Collingwood have got 8. So you look at that. They're the only club that doesn't have a millionaire. Now, let's be honest. James Sicily is so close to being a millionaire that it's not funny. So he goes right to the border there. But every other club has got a millionaire. Hawthorn haven't. So they've got money to burn to actually get the right player and to move some players on as well, Ralphie.
The only thing I would say is that Christian's a magnificent player, but his salary will hit $1.7 million at some stage. I'll just show you the graphic here. The most inaccurate forward in the competition this year. 18 goals, 24 behinds, 15 total shots missed. Some of them were rushed as a midfielder going forward at stoppages, but that's 18 goals from 57 shots. He's not the 2021 Christian Petracca. He might be the best on the market right now, but they pushed him out of the midfield late in the season, whatever reason that was for. He's 30 in January, so it's a big decision when you go all in for whoever that player is. Yes, they can get that deal done with a future first, a current first, and a Scrimshaw or a Ward or a McKenzie.
Absolutely.
It's a big decision. You swing on that one, you don't want to miss.
You look at Geelong and what they did. They paid everyone pretty much the same, and then they went out and got Jeremy Cameron, and they won a premiership 2 years later. So I think the Hawks, here's exactly what they need. If they could get him back anywhere near that,
good Christian's exactly what they need.
Good Christian wins you a premiership. Absolutely no doubt.
It's a big risk,
that.
yeah.
It is a big risk, but you know what? Footy clubs take risks, and the good ones make the right risk. And I think this is something that watch this space anyway.